Hello there, Qckslvrslash here today, and now I'm driving my Tier 7 Polish destroyer, Blyskawica, and I've had this ship for a while and I don't play it a whole ton. I kind of picked it up after the third or fourth ranked season where it was a Tier 7, partly because of how much I came across it, but I also do really enjoy gunboat destroyers, and having 7 barrels and the flat trajectory was just a little too enticing, even if it's in a branch that's never going to see like a full branch. It's definitely one ship, it's fun to drive, and today I'm joined by a couple division mates driving their Nagatos, flying Goomba, and NB Mountain Dew, and for once I'm not going up to the islands in the north. Which is funny because I'm in a destroyer and normally you go to the islands, and part of the reason I didn't is I wanted that open water to shoot my guns, to use that stealth fire ability to do the damage. So coming around the corner here, I know it's a destroyer in this enemy cap because it's not spotted, and I'm kind of shocked that I'm not spotted. It means that destroyer can only really be kind of right there or right there. So I'm waiting, I'm detected, I turn in, I'm thinking, where is this guy? Kind of thinking maybe he's hiding over there. And then he finally gets spotted, and in a very odd spot. He's kind of backed himself into the edge of the map. But I guess it kind of makes sense. He knew he would pop smoke, just drive forward and turn left and get out. Now, I do what any higher tier destroyer would do when it comes against a lower tier opponent, and that is turn straight in and engines to full, completely intent on murdering this guy. Now the only thing that does concern me is that Omaha. I don't really have support yet in the form of Goomba or Mountain Dew. They're in gun range, but they're not going to have clear lines around this island, so I kind of slow up, and well, it's going to allow me to capture this point as well. I know the Clemson's run off, so there's no point in getting too close, and I'm just going to borrow his smoke for a bit. Stay behind it, make sure I'm safe from that Omaha, and kind of contemplate my next move as I let the battleships catch up. Now, the one thing I am very conscious of right now is the fact that Clemson may be trying to like pull a little trick here, you know, pop smoke, pulls out, and does a 180 around the island to try to get behind me and throw peds in my back or just start shooting me from behind. Which is why I actually kind of start backing up here and am looking over my shoulder. Goomba and Mountain Dew are telling me they're detected. Now, yeah, there's some ships over here, and maybe that enemy Bayern's what's detecting them, but maybe it's a destroyer in closer. So I'm waiting, I've got the point, they're getting closer, but I'm not convinced it is safe for me to charge out yet. I'm asking Goomba to stay wide and to kind of go out over here simply so that he has a good line of fire if this Omaha has continued charging forward. You'll notice our team's already down 2 ships, though we managed to take out one of their DDs, but in reality they're also down a Colorado because, as you'll see in a little bit, there's an AFK Colorado. He loaded in, his guns have traversed, but he never started driving. So things aren't too bad for us, and we're about to have all 3 caps, which can end the game incredibly fast. I had a game earlier today in my Flint, got into a cap, defended it off, scared away the destroyers, killed one of them, and was really settled into a smoke to start just punching HE into the side of Colorado that was only like 5k away. My torps were out in the water at him, and then we all of a sudden just won. We didn't kill that many ships, but because we got all 3 caps right at the start, we ran the score up in quite a hurry, and it ended the game before I could get any real damage. And sometimes I hate those, and I dislike domination for that. Like, that doesn't happen in standard battles. It'd be very rare for the enemy to, you know, win by cap before the game's really begun. Except that one on this map a long time ago when I literally drove into this little port here in my Fubuki, popped smoke, and just parked myself in their cap, and no one could get back to me and no one could shoot me. Fortunately, their Japanese destroyers aren't going to be doing any sneaking right now. There goes their Minakaze. The Farragut's detected up ahead, and I'm not detected. Everything is outside my detection range. I've got that little window of stealth fire, and I don't even have Concealment Expert yet, which means once I get that skill, this is coming in even further and just going to give me more space to kind of rip things apart. And that's really one of the reasons I wanted this ship. I love the stealth fire. I agree, it sometimes is a bit of a broken mechanic, but there's ways to work around it and to force ships to get close to you. And they're just not doing it. And the Omaha actually, I think, kind of realizes that he slows up to try to let me drive into detection, and I do. So pretty obvious that Farragut hasn't moved. You can see the shells exiting right about there every few seconds. I pop the torps in the water, and I'm trying to get a little closer. I was hoping I could hard detect him, but I'm not that close yet. So I decided to swing over. I've got friendly torps just over my port bow, and I just start kind of trying to shoot at the edge of the smoke, trying to figure out where exactly he might be, and I don't quite manage to find him. My shells were close. They were landing kind of just beside him, and by the time he's detected, well, he dies before I manage to get some shots off. But you can see we've managed to claw things back. We were actually down a couple extra ships, but getting rid of those DDs is going to give us a huge advantage, and it's definitely an advantage for me. And I think that Gneisenau there was actually worried I already had torps in the water, because he turned left and grounded himself, which ultimately is going to be on his undoing. You know, I've got great rate of fire out of these guns. I'm lighting fires. I'm going to have my torpedoes soon. The second I do have them, I pop them in the water. I kind of go behind him and go, well, maybe he'll pull forward, but you can see a friendly set there from one of the Japanese destroyers, those twin torps, and those are going to get there before I do really any more massive damage. I do have a couple fires burning away, but he gets finished off by our New Mexico. So we're still down, but it's not over. You can see now there's that enemy Colorado in their cap doing nothing. So while Goomba is shooting up here helping me, he is going to finish that Colorado off over time. So I personally decide I've hung around in my smoke enough. There's nothing really to shoot at. I could stay and shoot that Bayern, but driving away, and something weird's going on here. My ship has disappeared, so I am not sure. That's a really new one for me, and it really sucks because this was a very good game. Well, there we go. I'm back. So, those who wonder what I'm talking about replay bugs, that was definitely one of them. And it's right here that I realize one of my division mates is actually on the enemy team. And I think things are still bugged here because it's not showing exactly where I'm aiming. There we go, now it's working. So I've got the torpedoes in the water. Force Racer kind of knows how I play my destroyers. We play in scrimmages all the time in the training room, and he's in an Atlanta, a ship I definitely do not want to be close to. So I turn away, I use my speed to just open the range. The Atlanta does not do well at long range, and you can see already his accuracy dropping off as the lob of those shells increases, and finally he chooses to switch to a closer target. So I go, well, continue to harass this Fuso. I get another fire on him, my 6th of the battle, and I kind of just start looping around. I'm trying to stay outside of 10 kilometers from that Atlanta, partly because I don't want him to shoot me, partly because, well, radar could be involved. Granted, I'm hard detected right now. And finish off that Fuso as the Omaha gets killed. So things are looking a little better for us now. We really swung the battle here in the last, I don't know, minute and a half. We got a lot of kills in that were important, and we've taken a lead. But it's definitely not over. A pair of Atlantis on the other team. Between the two of them, they've got 5 kills. And I'm not particularly healthy. I've got 5,000, granted about the same as Porsche Racer there. And kind of trying to figure out what I want to do. I've got my smoke again, but I decided I'm going to shoot Porsche. And get a couple volleys off before I get behind this island, and once I'm here, I'm going to stay. I start working on this New Mexico. You can see NV Mountain Dew charging in, and I'm going to get torps off at this New Mexico. Now you can see NV shot at the New Mexico there, and is focusing the New Mexico. And in chat I go, please, focus the Atlanta. That Atlanta is the thing that's going to kill me. He's potentially got the radar. He's got the rate of fire to wreck me. I can hide from a battleship all day. And being the great teammate that he is, he does exactly what I say. The volley's going to come here in a second, and there goes the Atlanta. And really it's a good thing, because now I can just focus on this New Mexico. I get a torpedo in, and I'm just going to go to town with this HE. 7 shells per volley. The damage is going to stack up pretty quickly. And this is one of those reasons why, like, if you're in a battleship, focus on cruisers and destroyers if you can see them. Because a battleship isn't particularly dangerous to another battleship. I know I've said this before, I'll probably say it again. You can angle yourself against another battleship. Whereas me and a destroyer, I can just run away from this guy if I need to. I can outpace him. I can control the terms of engagement. And I can just peck away at him and wreck him. My fires have stuck. I don't think he's flooding anymore, but 2 fires is taking that health away pretty quickly. And when you throw in my guns firing, well, he's a goner. And that leaves just Porsche Racer 14, my fellow clanmate, and well, I'm not going to go easy on him because he's in my clan. In fact, it kind of made me want to kill him more, just for a bit of bragging rights, and there he goes. And it always feels great to jump into a ship you haven't driven in a while and have a game like that, and that's kind of what the Bliss always is for me. I haven't driven it a lot, but because I play destroyers so much, when I get into her, I have a good game. 350,000 credits, 6,000 experience, just shy of 89,000 damage, 4 kills, and I felt I made a difference alongside with my division mates. And that's all you can ask for in a game. I'd rather have a loss that was close than a win that was just a blowout where you didn't do anything. And this game, fortunately, was a win. And partly because the 3 of us rounded out the top 5. We got, I think, 6 kills between the 3 of us, so half the enemy team was killed by our division. We secured a cap, we pushed up into B, and we really started to corner the enemy team, which is something that wouldn't have happened otherwise. Now, because this is a premium ship, you definitely get to keep most of your money, keeping 300,000 credits, and, well, some good experience for a commander who doesn't get a lot of play beyond this ship because, well, it's the only Polish ship in the game, and still getting him trained up to the point where he's really truly useful, has all those skills, and he'll get there eventually, but as I said, don't play the ship a whole lot. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this game. If you did, consider giving a thumbs up or subscribing to the channel. We're 50 off of that 500 goal I set for myself. And once we get there, I'm going to have some more giveaways for everyone. And as always, I'm Qckslvrslash, and I'll have another one for you guys later.